as I sit here and ponder, I took the day off just to give me some me time. Time to reflect, time to look at the bigger picture. So I went and laid down in my hammock outside, and it's actually on my deck amongst the trees. And I just switched off. It was my time to have some healing. And boy, did I need that. It was beautiful. So I drifted off because I had my wee blankie and my pillow. And I listened to the birds and the trees. And just listening to the wind as just the different energy, tones of how the wind brushes against the house. And just brushing over my face. You don't, when you take time out and acknowledge the simple things, it's even bigger for you just in the experience. It just felt right. I honestly felt like I was having a tree cleansing. Instead of sitting at the bottom of my trees, I was at the top of my trees. Because we've got that deck, we've got a deck, and I have a hammock, and the trees come up and over, and so yeah, it's pretty special. I was just swinging in the breeze, and it was cradling and nurturing experience for my soul, because yeah, it was my turn to have some healing. For a few minutes there, I just drifted off, and then I woke up. And I looked up, and my guide said, "Here are your wings. We have upgraded them." I thought, really? So I looked up. The sun was shining straight in my eyes, so I had to put my hand just over so I could shade from the glare of the sun, because the sun was beaming down upon my face, and I saw the most magnificent set of wings in the sky. It was incredible. And I thought, no, there's no way. And then I said, they said, they're yours. You're getting upgraded. We've done a healing on you, and we're giving you some more gifts. I just laid in the hammock and I was staring up at them, and I thought of oh my goodness. So I took a photo, which I will share, so you can actually look at the wings, so you don't think I'm nuts. I just laid there for a while, and I was watching and looking up at them. I'm just looking at all the detail in the clouds that created like the little ripple of feathers. And all of a sudden there was this other cloud that came out of nowhere. It was like it was on full steam ahead to try and get in the way of me admiring my wings. But it's just that speed of which it went, where it traveled. It was like, no, you're not allowed to see them. It wanted to cover them up. It came out of absolutely nowhere. So fast, I looked at it and I just saw that it's not even a cloud. I didn't even know what it was. But that way, it's not even, I'm not even linking in there. I can't even describe it because it didn't, it was a cloud, but it was a completely different, it wasn't the density of what a normal cloud, but it just came flying past, so I could not see the other cloud of the wings. Came in so fast all over the other clouds as the others were stationary. This thing just sped so fast as it came in, and I just had a bit of a giggle to myself So yeah, I took a picture of my wings, and for a few moments there was a cloud, another cloud that joined in to the wings, and it looked like a woman's face, and I looked like she was flying, and then she had the wings attached to her, and they said, "That's you." My response was, "Oh my goodness." But by the time I got my camera up, my phone, to take the photo, it merged into one big massive cloud. So I just thought to myself, I know, it was for me. While I was sitting there, laying there, I just felt so refreshed. I felt that I had been given a healing that I needed and the upgrading. I felt so clear. I felt completely calm and relaxed. But it was really weird because I actually felt like I had been crying, but I hadn't. But it was tears of joy crying, not sadness. So there was a deep level of healing that was getting done on me. So I thank the universe for gifting me that time and that special time I spent in nature. I needed this to replenish myself on all levels. This is what we have to do when we feel that things are just getting too much. You actually have to go into nature and stop. All I did was I stopped thinking and I relaxed. And what I did is I focused on the air and just breathing. I just laid there and looked up at the clouds. I lost myself in my thoughts of what I could create with the clouds. I thought of nothing else but the moment, and that's what we're forgetting. We're too busy focusing on everything else and what should be happening. And oh my gosh, trying to make decisions. Stop! Literally stop. We need to start bringing ourselves back to ourselves. We have got this. We can all achieve this. To keep our minds from being so busy, we need to listen to the inner calling, because at the moment we need to focus on this if we do not connect to the outer world with all that fear that's constantly out there. Because how are we meant to go forward if we're in fear and anxiety? You can't make decisions from your mind instead of your mind, body, and soul. So do this. Sit outside. Sit when even the kids go to bed. Out in the dark, which I love, sitting out in the dark and just looking up at the stars. Especially if you've had a busy day. You just need to have no distractions and go within and listen to the outside noises. It's all you want to concentrate. You do not want to have any thought in your mind. Take time out for you. So yeah, I took a blankie, I took a pillow to lay down for the extra comfort, to feel that nurturing. And I found that space and I went out there and I spent that time totally on myself. So I spent 2 hours completely on myself, as I needed that, because if you don't focus on yourself, how are you meant to keep going forward? A beautiful friend, Melissa, sent me a beautiful picture. And she said, I thought of you from what you spoke in the last video. I will also put that picture up. I said to her, that's exactly what it looks like. Well, for me anyway. The picture represents what it looks like. And there's energy in this picture when you look at it. Especially when you're about to step into the next dimension. Once you walk through the doorway. In the picture, there is a man standing on the 3D dimension. And you know, looking through the doorway, you know it is where the 5D awaits us. This picture made so much sense to me. As like my remote view, New Zealand part 1 that I did the other day, I already knew what it was like to go through the door to the 5D reality. As the very first time, I literally burst out crying in that other remote view that I did. I was inconsolable, as I had never felt so much peace in my life before. I still get emotional just talking about it. I have never worked out what that emotion is, because it's happened twice now. Just before I go through the door, I break down. I don't even get through the door before the emotion hits me. And now I know what it's all about. I spoke to another friend the other day, Margaret, and I have now worked out while I was talking to her what has happened. For me to be so overwhelmed with emotion when I stand at the entrance of the doorway. So when we pass away, normally, the Cabal, the Illuminated, whatever, all those groups, the evil structure, they have perpetuated a recycling of our soul, as we never do go back home. It is a false reality they have created. That is why we've got a dome, the firmament. So when we die, we leave our bodies, so our soul moves on. And yes, we do go up. They take our soul, and then we get recycled back into the same drama, but in a different body. We come back at different times, different eras, different bodies, and we take on a new form. The difference being, in the last video, I mentioned, I know where the trapdoors are. This is how I am able to get out there. I go past the firmament. That is why when I go to this place in front of those doors, before I even go through those doors, I burst out crying, because for the first time I've gone home. It still gets me. We don't know what home is. It's because we keep getting recycled and we keep getting caught up in the trap that they have made for our souls. They have trapped us here for centuries. That's why it has got darker and darker and darker here on earth. For when I go out, I can't understand the 30 years I've gone out there, but not to the level that I've gone out there now. The recent months, I broke down on one of my videos. I was uncontrollable, like I said before, with the tears and the emotion that came through. I couldn't understand. And even when I did the recording of the video the next day, I was sobbing with pure joy. I couldn't get over the amount of tears that I went through. It actually took me 4 days to recover. And I never understood what that was about. How is that even possible? I've been out there all my life. How was this any different? The other night when I went out there, I had the same emotions. But this time, it wasn't as intense as I'd already gone there before. Now, I'm 100% convinced that my whole being recognized the energy because it was in front of God. It's home. The energy is the most unexplainable emotion that you could ever go through. And while I was talking to my friend Melissa, she said, it must be like learning a new language and bringing back the language. And I said, yes. I could look at it at a different angle. That I go and learn a new language, but I only learn the basics and the basic words. So for me to bring back the emotion of what I've never felt before, I have no words because I haven't learnt those words, and that's exactly it. It's a completely different emotion, but that emotion has got no words, so you can only feel it from me of what I've gone through. So when she sent me the picture afterwards, it made sense. It really did make sense. That is what has happened. So the firmament that we have been engulfed in, we have been perpetuating and recycling over and over and over again. They have trapped us in here. Another video I spoke of when I felt the firmament, when I was in a plane and I was descending in the plane, and I felt this pressure, but I couldn't see it, but I could feel it, and I knew we were underneath and being restricted in some form. So I knew, and I've experienced that. So then you have to ask, what level of energy do we connect to if this is the case? I can definitely say there is an incredible difference. There's nothing like it. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Excuse me. So by having that connection, now to the open of where we're going, it is so enlightening. None of us will have to perpetuate and go through the recycling again, because the light of ourselves is going to shine so bright on the darkness. So the darkness actually dissolves. And this is what is happening now. And we are all part of this. We're shining our light. People are standing up because they're realizing this is not the energy they wish to be in. They are realizing that the dark is getting darker, and its dark is getting louder, and it's noisy. It's very loud out there on this 3D world and existence. But the spiritual ones amongst us know how to calm ourselves down. So we brighten ourselves to shine the light, and that's all we ask for you to do. Now jump out of that fear, totally jump out of that fear. Help us. Shine your light on the dark, because the dark will quieten up when we show our strength. Don't be filled by the Joker, because that is what the Joker has done. It is sheep, wolf in sheep's clothing. And there has been so many that have been in this clothing, and they are falling and crumbling. The biggest thing I can pass on to you right now is lift up so high. So lift your vibration. Lift it up. Because when we collectively connect, and we literally do, because we are all just energy connecting in to one another, we can make a human chain by linking arms. We then can become very powerful. So seek out the like-minded groups. Seek out the ones that are aware, because it is the complete human family chain that we are all connecting into. We're getting closer and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger by the moment. Don't ever think you are alone, because you are not. So reach out to the groups everywhere in your country and all the countries. It's spreading like a virus now. It's amazing. It's insanely incredible. The more we spread this incredible connection between ourselves, we actually take on its own life force. So visualize a big tree, and Mother Earth is connecting us into the root system. We are all connecting up to the trunk, and for once the trunk is so strong now, and the branches from the trunk are actually the outer world of the connection we're connecting into. It's like the Starlink system, the whole network of the off-worlders, as this is how our fifth dimension operates. So we are literally spreading ourselves out and intuitively connecting like tree systems, the root system, connecting to one another. So we can belong to this one big tree. And there's so many branches from the top that go out and spread out to all the branches and out to the leaves. But we are all entwined as one of the most magnificent trees on earth. So above and so below is our one we are all connected in. So help make this human chain. Shine your love for humanity and go outside tonight and find that quiet time, or even the day if you have time. Sit in your comfort chair or sit on the ground and connect under the tree. Just connect. Connect and feel your heart. And the one thing you can do is take some deep breaths in. Concentrate on your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out any negativity. As you ask your guides, by breathing in the pure love and light, and you ask your guides to come in and relax and help relax your mind, your body, and your soul. And even do it under a tree. It's even better, or even down by a river or the sea. Connect in, because you will create that ripple out. And when you create that ripple, it goes further and further and further out to others that need it at this time. Love goes out like a massive river, just from one person, and that one person can affect so many more people. So be that one person, set it off. And if you are amongst people that you know, connect with them and send off more and more love. Because so many people say, what can I do? What can I do? I say to them, sit quiet and send so much love to the universe, because you do not realize how powerful that is when we collectively connect on that ripple. Oh my gosh, it's huge, because with us all getting together now and these rallies, we are creating the most unbelievable current that goes out to the universe, and it's amazing. I'm literally watching them showing me this current that we are creating. So every single country is creating this bandwidth of frequency. You can imagine every single root system of that tree right around the whole circumference. If we create enough frequency of the quantum physics, setting that frequency off, lift, it will lift the vibration, that strength of the universe, so life will go up. The vibration of love will literally go up the trunk and out through the branches, up through all the leaves. We will create our own magnetic field of love, the electric side, the electric field, which will set everything off. And this is what we are waiting for. They are waiting for us to set it off ourselves. So whatever you do, there is a worldwide rally, and make that next one. Trigger, get the electricity up through the root system, through the trunk, and off that the tree, and push it right up, out there, through the branches, and make that tree light up. You make it light up to the strongest. Well, that you can conjure up in yourself that pure love strength. Because when you are collectively together and united, we can do it on the same day, on that same frequency. It's going to create a static electricity throughout the world. I know there are rallies on the 20th or 21st of November, and I know we've got ours in New Zealand. Check out your calendars for the next one in your area. Search it out in your country, because we need to light this shit up and make it explosive. So start now, focus, stop pushing that energy, push it up and out to awaken more people that will stand. Talk to more people. And if you haven't gotten anyone around you, send the energy out to help wake up others as just a thought pattern and sharing that frequency out. I know that the energy that the black hats were going to use against us, it's in the white hats' hands now. So those frequencies are going to be used to help wake up more. So you put that in your intention and you tell them, we are here. We will be there. We have got this and we will make it. Let's knock the socks off the energy and build it up and make it the most spectacular energy grid that we can actually create. Just a thought pattern alone is powerful. So you make sure that you collect as many people as you can And let's make this rock throughout the world. I see this grid light goes out through the trunk and up through the tree and through the branches, and the fireworks that it creates actually activates another system that is all waiting for us. They have said they are not coming in to rescue us, that we have to rescue ourselves. With enough momentum is when we hit the bow ourselves. So it's like, and then the bow will just go off. It will be all systems go. So build it up, your strength, and build your momentum up and focus until that date. You get in and do some meditation, you get out there and swim in the sea, you get out there and walk amongst the trees, drink and eat good food, have your vitamins and build your body up, because we need your body electric as bright as ever, that you have never ever shone this bright in your life. So build it up. You need to shine, and shine you shall. Because all I'm seeing is it just triggers everything off. It's absolutely massive. As soon as the bell goes off, it's going to activate. And it honestly feels like the quantum financial system is going to be triggered. And then it sets off. I'm just watching all these electrical branches being triggered and going off. It's going. I'm just watching it. It's like watching a ginormous domino effect. It's ginormous. I'm just watching it. It's been triggered. Everything is just going off. And it's like, boom. We've done it. It's triggering so many things off. I don't know which one to watch because they're all going off all at the same time. It's so funny. Oh my God. We have to build our bodies up. We have to focus. We do not bow down to evil. You stand in God's love. This is what it needs. This pure love, and that is what we are here for. Once we stand up to this energy that is here upon the earth, the whole structure will come tumbling down. It's even triggering off the big clearing of all governments worldwide. They're all coming down. It's dismantling. It's like the fireworks. It's all created, just like clearing everything. It's a domino effect. It is ginormous. We're all intertwined and interconnected. So we cannot have any corruption connected into this tree of life. There it is. It's the tree of life. I've just realized. It's one of the most symbolic symbols we've got. This is huge. Because we are all going to be interlinked. We are on a spiritual level, but now on a physical as well, all around the world. So not one country is going to be left out. We're all connected into this tree of life that is running the source of all our possibilities that we're connected to. So they cannot be any more corruption, because it's actually is from a higher source. And every country is monitored right down to your own money. Everything is secured because it's all through the tree. The system is all encrypted. All the money cannot be squandered. Nobody can hack because everything is open, because it's all digital. But everything is trackable. So no matter where any coin is, it's completely trackable. So nobody could actually steal from a bank because they're not going to exist. Everything is traceable. You can't be robbed because it's encrypted to you. Then when you pay for something, it is then encrypted to the next person. It's amazing. And it's like a digital wallet. They handed me this wallet and it had a card in it. I'll never forget it, and I can't wait to actually physically see it. It's definitely a digital wallet, but I'm looking like there's actually a star. There's something, and there's an encryption on the card, but the encryption is for you alone. And I'm looking at the encryption on it. And it's like, I know the encryption, but if I showed it to somebody, so it's encrypted to me, but if I showed it to somebody else, it doesn't recognize that person. It's like it closes down. It's like a star that recognizes you, if that makes sense. It's like it's alive, and when I look at it, it's like it's active. I don't understand it, but it's real. I recognize it on some level, so I'm able to buy things through this wallet. I can maneuver the money around through this digital wallet to buy things because everything is entwined and nobody can hack anyone else's wallet. So if I took somebody else's wallet, it doesn't recognize me. It only works on the individual that it's encrypted to. There is nothing you can hack. I'm looking at the whole system through the tree. And all the root system, everything is all computerized or digitized or whatever they've created. But it all goes back up to the tree. So the tree represents the digital currency goes right above, off-world. It actually, nobody from the ground can hack into it because it's off-world. I see that you're also monitored and everybody is extremely happy. They walk around with so much love in their heart. You can't sense anyone negative. So that's when we're not needing the police or the guards in prisons, because the vibration of the people, most people in the prisons, had actually been inflicted by the cabal, as there has been lack of, and it's been perpetuated. It's a perpetual cycle that they have continuously kept bringing that soul back to create more and more and more havoc, just in a different body. The positive thing with being in the fifth dimension is when they go through the cleansing and clearing, when we merge into the fifth, the memory of the past lives are cleared. Once they go through, we all go through these doors, they are free for eternity. They drop the connection to their past lives that others believe they need to go back and find out where they were from, which actually can trigger something off that should have laid to rest. Just clearing and cleansing is all that was needed. They will never be that troubled soul that was in the program to be that way. It didn't need to happen. So no longer will it be in your DNA to recycle life times. Those times of being in that 3D world and keep coming and being recycled. Now it's completely different. It's a different way because it wasn't from their family that we have all been led to believe. It was from the troubled soul that came back as a troubled soul, and they only perpetuated the same life cycle and they're replaying out that life again in a different body, but with another family. It makes sense. That is why they say you come back to the same soul family because of the recycling. You just come in as a different body, but they erase your mind so you forget who you were before. And then you come back and you redo the same thing, but you still carry the same DNA and you're still carrying the same problems. Once in a while, you'll break free, because that's why you used to hear that the witches used to get burnt at the stake, because they are the ones that had freed themselves from the matrix and they ended up being killed, as they are too dangerous to share what they know throughout the matrix. Makes you think. So they had to go through the cycle again, and each time they would get burnt at the stake, or no more. So this time we've come in, something has awoken us, and they've opened a trap door to the firmament. And some of us that go out and bring through this information. They reminded me at 1:30 in the morning where I found my trap door. I was mowing a field and I was going round and round and round, and all of a sudden I got told to stop. So I stopped, and then whoa, the whole scene of all these trees that are 30 meters high, it was like everything in the landscape that was in front of me was waving, but it was literally waving towards me, and I freaked out. And I thought, oh my God, I must be going through migraine or something's, oh, this is weird. Oh no. And so I went around the loop again and I stopped, and it literally was coming at me again. I was actually quite scared of what was happening, but I knew that I couldn't stay where I was, and I knew I had to break through. I knew I had to go through. So I put my foot down and I literally shot off through that scene when the whole landscape was waving like this, and I got through it. And I kept going, and I stopped when I got through, and I realized what I had done. I had literally broken out of the matrix. I actually went back and I had to sit down and have a cup of tea and really sort of take it all in. That was the trapdoor that I found. And from that moment on is when I have seen so much going on and been able to put things together of what I've been seeing in my visions, and with them taking me out to do the remote views so I can bring through, because I found that trap door. So I bring through that information, and that was the trap door that I went through. So this now is time we stand tall. This time is our time. Because we finished. It's game over. It's time to finish the game when we stand. So join in the celebration, join in the building, and focusing and knowing who you are, knowing what you're here for. We are at the last part of this game. And what part are you going to play? And I need you to be fired up in a positive way of pure love. I need you to be the strongest that you can ever be. We've got 4 to 5 days to get our mind, our body, and our souls fired up. So get to the gym, go for a run, go for that swim, build your body up. Get the strength, because I want you fired up with pure love, beaming. Beam your light out to the universe. It is your pure love of God within, and your family and your soul family. For the ones that can't see, it's because they are still resonating on the heavy, dense fear base of the 3D vibration. For you listening this far to the video, you are resonating on the 4th dimension and above. So never ever get in an argument. It is not their fault. You need to do this for them. This is why it's so important for you to build yourself up. So prepare, because your time is here. We have got this. We have got this. We have got this time. The door is open, and we need to create that spark in the tree of life for us to explode and let God know, the universe know, we're ready. It's time. And with this, I bid you farewell. I send you so much love. Ameni, ameni, ameni. You know what you got to do. Feel it, breathe it, and lift your vibration and go within and do your quiet time. Don't suffer alone anymore. If you like this video, like and share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel Karen Odell, and hit the notification so you know exactly when I send the next videos. So God bless and keep strong. Love you.